Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to City Skylines, welcome back to Nerdshire. I'm, of course, the ConflictNerd, and today, there haven't actually been that many changes to the city. I have let King Gardens grow. That's kind of the big change, I suppose. So I kind of lied. There have been changes. That's kind of a big change. Bit of growth. I've also gone ahead and extended this commercial zone a little bit just because it sort of needed it. There was demand for it and still is demand for commercial zoning, so I may do something about that, but yeah, that's changed. I've also gone ahead and built a cargo train station over here, this whole bit, a roundabout, and a couple of incineration plants just because, and I've also put a district here called Nerd Oil Industrial Park because this is going to be a basically an oil field, so that's happened. I've also gone ahead and changed the entrance to this area a little bit. I've basically streamlined it. It just works a lot better now. It looks pretty good. Oh, I also did this because I didn't want a bridge in the road. I wanted this to go under, so I think that, I mean it's ugly. It's not amazing. It's ugly, but it does the job. You know, it does what it needs to do. Also, oh god, I completely lied. There are more changes. Down here has changed. I wanted to do this because it sort of streamlines everything and lets everyone go anywhere in the city. So that happened, and yeah, that's also there. That's pretty much all of the changes, I think. I did the trees along there as well. I did that in a live stream. I should have probably prefaced this by saying that I streamed more cities and let all this grow in the stream. Apparently I forgot to do that, but, you know, whatever. But what are we going to be doing today? What is my plan? Well, my plan is to have King Gardens grow a little bit more. I also want to do some work in Nerd Oil Industrial Park, and I want to move all of these. I want to move all of these because I actually want to put them, if I can find something that'll show me the flow of water, I want to put them out here. You know, I want to put them... maybe not out there, maybe, no, well, I can't put them down there. I want to maybe put them over there, so the pollution will flow down and out. But I'm kind of liking the idea of maybe putting them up this way and hoping it doesn't flow back in. I don't know, I just kind of like the idea of doing that, honestly. Or perhaps putting them down here and damming up this bit of river. That could be an interesting idea, and then get all my water from down here. That might be something to do as well, actually. Put my sewage outflow down this way, and then having all my water supply be moved elsewhere. But the reason I want to do that is because I want to change Nerdshire Forest into a really rich-looking neighborhood that sort of goes around the lake. So, I don't know if I'll do that in this episode, that might be next time, but that's a plan. I want to move all of these and find somewhere good to put them. In fact, I'll say it now, I will do that in the next episode, because I want feedback on that idea. What do people think of my little plan there? Basically, dam up this bit, have sewage outflow be down this way, and have our water supply possibly be from along here or down this way or something like that, when it's all cleaned up, of course. That's the plan. What do you think? Basically, I will leave that with you. Anyway, we have some serious commercial demand, and I do need to get some work done. So let's go ahead and work out what way we're going to do this industrial area. Now, I don't want it to look too clinical, but at the same time, I don't want it to be ridiculously silly. So sort of something like that could be a reasonable idea. So I said I don't want clinical. I've literally gone ahead and outlined the entire bloody thing, haven't I? That's fine, I suppose. I don't necessarily want to link that up, though. Let me change that a little bit. And what I'll do is I want to do this to there. And I want to do this... come on. Just work with me here, cities. Work with me here. Work with me. Work with me, please. Oh, just work with me. Don't do this today. I just want an easy easy thing to do here. Just snap, just snap it right there. Alright. And then just curve you to there. Turn off snapping. And take that to there. That's a little bit ugly and it's a bit of a waste of space, but I will make that work. That is fine. Okay. That is a start. Let me go down like this. Let me go and do this. And let me do something similar on this side. That one was easy. Okay. Okay, that works. That works. That's not so bad. Curve that down to there, and that's pretty much the outline for an industrial zone if I ever saw one. I like it. I do like it. Now what I want to do is have a main road sort of go this way. I will probably change this up a little bit to make the traffic flow better. Probably a one-way system, because we all love one-way systems, don't we, guys? We all love one-way systems. No one's ever complained about me using one-way systems. Ever. In the history of this series, not one person has ever complained about one-way systems. Ever. Ever. It's a fact. You can go... everyone hates one-way systems, I know. But they sort of work. I mean, one-way systems... The reason I love one-way systems, and I've probably explained this, is because my entire bloody town is a one-way system. So, I mean, this is a one-way system, sort of. Like, this is one way down there and then out that way. So, you know, it does work. I'm just bad at making it work. There's a difference. Like, you make fun of one-way systems, you should make fun of me. Because, I mean, they work. They do work. Alright, I want to put a one-way road there. And... I might put a one-way road there as well. That seems like a reasonable idea. I don't know what way I want to do this, actually. Maybe not. Let's just leave that one. That seems fine, although it seems like they might be inclined to use that as a way across, which I dislike. So maybe just do that. Sort of gives them reason to go around that ring a little bit. And it doesn't need to be too dense down here either. I mean, ideally speaking, I'm going to use this space really well, but I know I'm probably not. Although that doesn't look so bad. In honesty, that doesn't look so bad. And what I think I want to do here is actually bring a one-way road just over... Oh, I need to be careful with this, but something like that. But I want to turn off left-hand turns, basically, which I know seems a little bit silly. But I want to turn off left-hand turns there so that they aren't using that to get to that. They have to go round the roundabout, and that's the only way to get there. That's what'll happen there, ideally. Whether or not that's actually the case is yet to be seen, but that's the ideal plan. So let me go ahead and just zone all of that. Just every bit nicely zoned, just like so. Although what I may do, actually, is just de-zone those little bits on the one-way road, just those little ones anyway, and that one as well. Just so it's not too busy down there. What I think I'll do is I will actually put some offices there. Which is, not offices, commercial, sorry. A bit of commercial zoning. And, I mean, that should be alright. That's going to need some services, I know that. I'm definitely going to need to put some services out here. So what I'll do is get a fire station of some description. That gives reasonable coverage. I think that's probably the best coverage I'm going to get. Police coverage is also pretty good. And medical coverage is also pretty good. Alright, those guys are going to need electricity eventually. That'll be fine. That'll happen eventually. Let me just check something. I haven't got the Plaza of the Dead yet, but you might notice we have one full cemetery there and another there. And if I'm not mistaken, this one is, those two aren't actually all that full. This one, however, is 1,000 people off being full, which will be nice. I mean, it's not nice that 1,000 more people need to die before I unlock some arbitrary park, but, I mean, you know, sometimes these things happen, and they're not always pleasant. You know, it's life, I guess. It's life, is what it is. Alright, let's, you know what I want to do here? I'm really tempted to set no heavy traffic in... Heavy traffic ban, there we go. I want to set a heavy traffic ban there, because I want to make a change here. And it's getting rid of all the trees that I spent so long placing. So long. But that's fine. Although depressing. But the reason I want to do that is because I just want to link these areas together. And I know that seems a bit silly, a little bit counterproductive, but if you think about it, heavy traffic is going to be forced onto that highway as opposed to through here, so it should be alright. It does, however, mean that I have to place the trees again, which, yay. There we go, no problem at all. I don't hate my life. Ha! Ha! I don't like trees, alright? I don't like trees. They're a literal nightmare. Also, what I'm going to do here is just bring a power line across, because that's getting a little bit annoying. In fact, I can't do that, really? Okay, what about if I place that? Is that big enough to extend? No. Interesting, okay, I mean, I guess I'll just do this. It's kind of the easiest way to do it, I suppose. Alright, that gets some electricity to those guys. Right? Yeah, there they go. Okay, that might actually entice people to build up there as well, which will be great. Now, as long as the policy works, which it should, we shouldn't actually see any heavy traffic to come down this way. Which will be... Ooh, let's not do that. Which will be, really nice. As long as I can keep heavy traffic... I don't mind, like, the garbage trucks don't count, because they have to, go everywhere. But as long as I can keep the relatively heavy traffic out of that district, I think we'll be okay. And, you know, I think King Gardens is coming along really nicely, actually. In fact, it's mostly full, which is very interesting. So, perhaps I should start zoning more of it. Let's start over here, shall we? We'll start in this part of King... Not that bit. Start over here and fill that bit in. And fill that little bit in. And we'll fill a couple of these roads in as well. And just get the whole area to fill itself out eventually. I'm really curious to see how many people will actually wind up living there. Because it's coming along. Like, I'm really happy with it. Also, what I'm going to do is a little bit of commercial there. There we go. That should probably have traffic lights. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. That doesn't need them. That doesn't need them. That probably doesn't, but I'll keep them for now. Wait, why are you guys going that way? Okay, that's just very weird. Whatever. You guys are all plastic perfection and stuff like that. Okay, that'll be interesting to. It'll be interesting to get this up and running. I think. I'm really excited to see how the Nerd Oil Industrial Park winds up going. And a little bit of traffic coming in here and there. You guys are going around the roundabout, which is fantastic. That guy's going off that way. The garbage trucks are totally going to use this as a through road, which is going to be kind of annoying. But I mean, there's not much I can do about that, honestly. They're gonna use it as a through road, whether I like it or not. Basically, that's how that's gonna work. Let me look at land value, or leisure, technically. I mean, leisure equates to land value, apparently, so I should probably look into it a little bit. I want to get some parks. I want to make this area slightly more valuable down here. So do that, and that should bump the land value up a nice little bit in that area. Not so much, but just enough. Around here is supposed to be really expensive, and it isn't, which is kind of annoying me. Let's put a nice big park just there. That should bump the land value up a little bit around there. Not a whole lot, but certainly enough. Perhaps another park of the same type could go right there. That should once again bump the land value up. And I can totally get another one down here, actually, which is probably a really good spot for it. These parks in general seem to be really good. So let me just get a couple of them in place. Because they're really good for land value. Or they're just a good size in general, really. There we go. Yeah, that seems to be relatively effective. How's this going? Developing slowly. Which is to be expected. These guys don't have electricity, which I should probably deal with. Let's see. Do I want to run this? I guess I'll just run it down this way. Although I do really want to get rid of those power lines at some point. That's kind of the goal there. But this area is developing, which is really great. Absolutely fantastic. Although I do need to look into getting rid of this commercial demand, which is absolutely growing. I think what I'll do is something I've sort of been doing on and off, which is just getting rid of loads of office space from downtown and then replacing it with high density commercial zoning, because it fills out really quickly and it definitely seems to be what people want down here. And I mean, we have an entire district dedicated to offices as well, which I think may have a high-rise ban. No, it doesn't. They're just not interested in being high-rises, I suppose. The offices down here are... I mean, some of them are quite tall, I think. Yeah, actually, no, they're not. Offices don't seem to get all that tall. Okay. That's not so bad. I mean, that area can just continue to develop anyway. A building is on fire. Well, that's not my problem. That's the fire department's problem. Let them fix it. I'm not going to do anything about it. You guys don't have workers, really? You have an entire new district down here that has 7.6 thousand people in it, and you've got no workers. Okay, then. Also, it's interesting to note that that bit of rezoning over here seems to have helped the commercial demand, which is good. Although something I should probably look at is healthcare in that area is good. Death care in that area could be better. So let me go ahead and just put a crematorium up that way. That should... yeah, that's improved it quite substantially. That area is not so great, but I don't think we need it. This area is pretty much fine. The island is fine. Most of everything is just fine, which is good to see. It is very good to see. It's also nice to see that we don't have that much demand in the city for, well, anything. Also, these are just cool. I've never had any district dedicated to oil, so this is completely new for me, and it just looks really cool. I'm really happy with this. I like it. Have we had any trains here yet? There's a question. I haven't seen any cargo trains come up this way yet, which is kind of disappointing. Are you gonna? Or are you gonna? No, you're leaving. Okay. I'm actually a little bit disappointed. I was hoping we'd see some cargo trains up this way. But, I mean, are you gonna do it? Oh, that's also something I changed. I put a little bit of a train line here, so any trains not going to that station can bypass it. Are you going that way? Oh, you are! Oh, it's the first train I've seen wanting to go that way. This is new. Alright, you head out that way. Come on, buddy. Let's have you do your... What are you guys doing? Oh, you're parking there. I should maybe stop them parking on that road. That seems like a reasonable idea. There we go. And get rid of those traffic lights. Alright, how much traffic's coming out of there? A van. And it did exactly what I wanted, which is head along that way and then back down and around. That's good. So we had a single van come over this way. And then, I mean, the train disappeared. I guess because it's technically not on a great loop. Oh, we've got another one. Oh, we've got another 2. Interesting. Okay, okay. What are we going to see here? Another van? Or are we going to see more? We have a truck and a disappearing train. I do have to imagine that's because they want to go elsewhere. They can technically loop around, though. We have a couple of vehicles there, actually. That's a nice one. But yeah, they can technically loop around, which is what I don't get. Like, unless they're coming in from over there. That could be a problem. I could see how that could be somewhat problematic. We'll deal with it eventually. It's not a huge issue. Oh, this area is filling out. Look at that. I'm so happy with this. It's been so long since I've got to make new districts. I'm so pleased. I really am. I am so pleased. What I do want to do, though, is go to here. And don't worry, I'm not covering the place in trees again. I want to get some trees, though, not those ones. Maybe those ones. I just want to get a bit of a forest in here, honestly. Something a bit kind of not ridiculously dense, just something a bit like that, really. Just sort of around that area to kind of enclose it a little bit and separate it from what we've got going on. What kind of trees are those? Are those the trees I've been using? Yeah, those are the trees I've been using for the boundaries. Alright. That's suddenly got very dense. That could be better. But I think it looks alright. It doesn't look too unnatural. Yeah, it looks fine. There's people here complaining about low land value. I strongly disagree. Honestly, I strongly disagree on that notion. But I am always interested in satisfying the people, so what I'll do is I'll put that there for a start, just to buff the land. Wait, that has no electric. That's got to have electricity. There we go. All right, and let me get another park. What's this one? Pretty big. Maybe not that one. What's this one? Nope. Nope. I want to get more. Maybe another botanic garden could be a good idea. Could I squeeze a botanic garden down here? Probably not. Could I squeeze one down here? Probably not. Oh, I could get one in there, but that's not really where I want it. Can't get one in there either. The land value down that way is kind of dire, honestly. It could certainly be better. I think what I'll do is I will just put a botanic garden in there. There we go. And some small houses can pop up that way. That is definitely that's got to improve the land value now. That's a friggin' botanic garden. How's this going? Pretty well. Making some good money too, which is nice. That's wonderful to see. Oh, I should have mentioned as well, I sort of put some policies on here to make a little bit more money on taxation. Oh no, I didn't. I put policies somewhere to make money anyway. Let's put it that way. I don't quite remember where I put the policies. Oh, they exist. They do exist. They definitely exist. All right, let me have a look at this area, because I feel like it's still too square. You know, there needs to be something here. I just don't know what. You know, I just can't work out what exactly I want to put down there. I'm sort of thinking I might just go with the simple option and run some roads out that way. Why can't I do that? Oh, that highway isn't elevated. Oh, that can be fixed. That can totally be fixed. And that really should be fixed. There we go. Alright, so do that. Do this. Let me elevate the highway, please. Maybe turn off snapping so I can line this up properly. There we go. And a straight road from there to there. Right, that's much better. Now what I want to do is come off of here, turn on snapping, and I want to go out there. We'll go out by 2 blocks. I'll go out, but I can't go that way. We'll go out by... Can't go that way. Okay, this is a bit annoying. Go out by that much. That looks alright. Could totally link those up if I wanted to. I mean, I guess I could. I don't see why not. We'll come over to here. And maybe a little further. Just to there. Does that match up? No, it doesn't. Does that? It does, but there's a bloody thing in the way. Alright. Let's just get rid of the train line for a second, just so I can make this fit in perfectly. Have that come up to about there. Then give me the train line to come back across, which it of course doesn't want to do. Turn on snapping. Turn on snapping. There we go. Go to there and go to there. Okay, so that's a little expanse. It'll sort of give something to the area, I suppose. Go over to there. Maybe go over to there by about a block. And then up by about a block, I suppose. I could totally link them up here as well. Guess that wouldn't hurt. Alright, that doesn't seem so bad. Yeah, that's not so bad. I feel like the links there are, or at least that one was redundant. Okay, this is a decent little setup, I suppose. Let's do that, just to give it something. And I kind of like that, honestly. I want to continue it down a little bit. By about a block. And I think that might work. I think I might be onto something here. Go up to about there. And go up to there. I don't want any diagonals. Now that should be alright. I'm going to just fill that in with industrial zoning. I like it. I do. Let's do that. That might look a little bit silly right now, but I imagine when that develops it should be alright. At least I hope when that develops it'll be alright. Yeah, it should be. It'll be fine. It fills in the space. I can expand it a little bit if I need to, but for the meantime, I think that'll be okay. How's this area going? Developing slowly. Let me look at land value. Oh, that's not land value. Let me look at land value. It's improving. It's still nowhere near as high as I'd like it to be. I'd like my average land value to be ridiculously high, like something like 50 would be kind of nice. But I don't think I'm going to get that anytime soon. Let's have a look at medical coverage. Medical coverage is somewhat lacking, interestingly. I could put a hospital down here. I could totally put a hospital in one of these areas, which would actually give really good coverage to all over there. What is this? This is residential. That is commercial. That's a main road. That could totally have a hospital on it. So let me do... Does that give... What coverage does that give to... really good coverage, actually. Okay, that is a bit more like it. Yeah, that's pretty much spot on. Fire coverage is lacking. What would a large fire station do? Boost it a little bit, but not by much. That is a large fire station, right? Yeah, it's a big old fire station. It's not enough, though. I guess I'll put one there on the main road. And the police coverage in the area is completely lacking, so let me get a large police station for there, and a smaller station for there. Alright, that should help things along a little bit. People around here are actually upgrading thanks to the hospital, which is nice. Very nice, actually. There's a... Hold on a minute, there's a lot of stuff dinging. I can hear a lot of stuff dinging and upgrading. I can't see it, though. Oh, it's all around here. Look at these guys. What are you upgrading into? Some kind of fancy mansion? What have we got? No, some modern looking thing. That's not fancy enough. Well, it's fancy. It's just not that fancy. That's a little disappointing. I was hoping they'd stick with mansions. At least it's developing, I suppose. At least it's developing. Just like this area. Let's have a look at this graveyard up here. How's it going? It's still not that close. It's still pretty far off, actually. I kind of need to wait for a death wave. As horrible as that sounds. I'm totally going to need to wait for a death wave to come along. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to completely de-zone these 3 areas and replace them with commercial zoning. Oh, not those bits, though. Just because we seem to have so, like, frequent... There's demand for commercial zoning so frequently that I think replacing most of the, what's technically the upper downtown area with commercial zoning might be a good idea. And I imagine having all that shopping will probably entice people into moving into the city as well. At least I hope it does. That's kind of the goal. Oh, I didn't zone there. I should fix that. There we go. People are now moving in over on this side. I think I'm going to go ahead and just start filling in the rest of this, to be honest. It's, I think we've got to the point where it's just going to develop, really. Like, we're balancing demand pretty well at the moment. So, yeah, I'm just going to fill in the rest of it. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. Let's get all of that done. Let's leave out that a little bit. Let's get all of this filled in, and then just, I guess, drag the rest of it out like that. And these bits up here like that. There we go. That's the entire place pretty much zoned and ready to be built. I'm excited. I'm so happy with King Gardens. It's so good. And this area up here. It's nice to have just this kind of expanse. The city doesn't just end on a straight edge anymore, which is so good. I'm so happy about that. That hospital seems to have done a lot of good work around here. Those buildings are all a lot bigger now, which is nice. Let me have a look at Riverside Gardens. There's actually less people in Riverside Gardens, which is a pretty big district. I mean, King Gardens is huge. Like, it is a massive district, but there's not actually as many people in Riverside Gardens as I thought there were. There's actually more people in the Aspen district, which I suppose there's high density residential there, and it is more tightly packed together than Riverside Gardens, but I didn't expect that. And Riverside West even has more people than Riverside Gardens. I've said Riverside way too many times. Let's not go back that way for a little while. Oh boy. I think I might need to put a forest on this side as well of Nerd Oil Industrial Park. Especially since I do want to make a nice high wealth, low density area around I mean, I'm not gonna say it looks like testicles, but I mean, we have all seen the bit of the shape in Chester Hills, but I'm not saying it looks like crudely drawn testicles. I'm not saying that. What I am going to do, though, is use the terraforming tool just to smooth it out a little bit, so it looks slightly less like testicles. Let's just, that didn't do anything. Alright. Alright, they just look like smooth Let's not finish that sentence. Let's not finish that sentence. That is a sentence I do not need to finish for the entire internet to hear. Thank you very much. You know what, folks? I think I'm going to leave it there for today. We've had some good progress. King Gardens is expanding, although slowly, but it's definitely expanding. What I think I'll do between episodes is I'll probably not stream this because there's not really much I can do other than watch the district expand, or grow, rather. So what I'll do is just leave it running and let King Gardens sort of finish expanding. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, what do you think of the idea of basically turning Nerdshire Forest from what it currently is, this kind of high density zone into a low density, high wealth zone. That obviously means moving all of these. What I want to do with those is put them down here, and then put a dam across here to stop the water from flowing, so that the output from those gets stuck in this area, and then we can get our water from in here, for example. It's just an idea. I would probably have to test it first to make sure that the dam didn't screw things up. In fact, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will go ahead and put the dam there right now, and we will see what happens. That could actually get me some decent electricity as well. So, yeah, we'll see what exactly that does. And, I mean, if it works, then fair enough. I can do the thing that I want to do. If it doesn't work, then we'll have to come up with something else. But I just want your opinion on it, and hopefully we can make something here that's going to work. Anyway, folks, I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, thank you very much for watching. This has been Cities Skylines. I've been the ConflictNerd, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.